Hey, what's good, Mzansi? Thank you so much for joining us again on A Moment with V. And this is the platform where we educate unemployed youths just around what the specific individual does as a career. And what a better space to kind of be joined by probably one of the most awesomest guys who's actually intrigued me and just fascinated me about technology. But we'll intro him just now. Just some quick house rules, guys. This is a pure professional space. This is an educational space for those who are in need, and we're just trying to share our insights. And I am with Moses today, who is a software engineer. And he'll be showing us around and telling us how he kind of made a success of himself. So, Moses, bro, what's good? Are you all right?
Hi, wow, that was a proper interview, like a proper intro I've ever had. Thank you, Vuye.
Are
Yes.
you good? Are you
Hi
good?
guys, hi everybody. I'm awesome.
That's
I'm
awesome.
awesome.
Where in South Africa are you sitting, dude?
Not really in South Africa. I'm in Italy right now, so yeah,
Oh,
in the Val.
well, in the Val.
Yeah, they refer to Val as the Italy of South Africa. So yeah, I'm just in the Val.
Okay, okay. So for all those who are in the Val, guess what? You guys are in the Italy of South Africa.
No,
So,
they know, like, it's just to make aware other people that actually Val is in Italy. So
okay, cool.
we have our own rules here.
Hey, I love that. So for those who want to go check out the small Italy of South Africa, the Val is where it's at. And Moses, just to kind of walk into something quite easy before we kind of move into some technical stuff. If anyone sees you at a corporate function, what's the alcoholic beverage that they need to be buying you?
um I don't do alcohol. So they'll have to buy me. I'm a coffee kind of guy.
Okay,
Coffee.
cappuccino. What kind of coffee are we talking about here?
I like cafe latte mostly. That's my go-to every time. Like, especially
Okay.
when I'm going to this a place for the first time, because
Yeah.
obviously I take my coffee into high considerations. So I don't want anybody messing up with my coffee. So that's always the best option to choose.
Awesome. So
So
guys,
cafe latte, that's for me.
okay, so cafe latte. So guys, if you see Moses out in the streets, at a corporate function, wherever, if you want to get one or two words out of him, just get him a cafe latte. All right. So Moses, let's jump into it. Dude, how long have you been a software engineer for? Just over 5, 6 years now.
Yeah, definitely over 5, 6 years currently.
Right.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
unbroken. Yes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And I mean, did you always have a kind of love for software engineering? Like when you were like in high school, you were kind of playing around with like, maybe Delphi back then because it's such an old tech. Like, how did you kind of fall into the space?
Hmm. To tell the truth, I never even knew about software engineering.
Okay.
That's that's the truth. I've never even knew. Like, I was
Wow.
born and raised in the Eastern Cape, in the rural areas, in the Eastern Cape. So back then, we didn't have electricity. So I was like, I want to do electricity because we didn't have electricity. And then I came to the Val, and then that's where I did my high school. And then in high school, I had someone talking about technology. I was like, I want to do that because I don't
Yeah.
know nothing. I don't know anything about that. So I was
Oh,
like, I want to do
wow.
that. So I went to varsity. When I went to varsity, I was like, I don't know what to do. So I got there, and then I had someone saying, hey, there's something that is related to softwares and all those things. I was like, yeah,
Nice.
that's what I actually had in varsity. So I
Nice.
just jumped into it. So I didn't know anything. I didn't even, like, the first time I touched a laptop or a computer was when I
Yeah.
was in varsity.
Wow, that's incredible. So, I love that story because then it actually really speaks to a majority of, kind of the unemployed youth, which is amazing. So
Mhm.
I'd love to dive in deeper as we go throughout this conversation and that. So,
Cool.
so here's this young man from the Eastern Cape without knowing what the hell's going on, moves to Gauteng,
Mm.
and now how's the career been? Like, if you can just walk us through what does it really mean to be a software engineer? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Like you said something when you were asking me the previous question, like did I play around with like uh, technologies when I was growing up or in high school?
Yeah.
So basically, for me, it has been a very hard transition to make
Wow.
because I'm competing with some people who have been on this field for so many years, who have been like from high school or from even way at home, like they had all those things. So
Definitely.
for me, it has been hard. I'm not gonna lie, it has been hard. Like
Yeah.
it took determination for
Yeah.
me to be even able to stand in front and then be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm a software engineer, so
Nice.
it hasn't been easy, but I'm still making it.
And it's still difficult, right? It's not like you just fell into it and it's like something easy. Now you can just walk around and say, hey, I'm a software engineer, right?
Definitely, as with technology, that's the beauty of it. Like I might be knowing more than you today, but
Mm,
then there will be something new tomorrow. So we both don't know anything. We
mm,
both starting from not really scratch, but then we're starting from nothing, and then we have to, like, things are always changing. So that's the
mm.
beauty of technology. If you can't upskill or every now and then, unfortunately, it's more like you're moving backwards. You are not
Wow.
standing. You're not standing
Yeah.
at a certain pace. So if technology move forward and then you are still standing here, you are moving backwards actually.
So I think you're touching on a really good point, and I mean, you can imagine, people just kind of sitting at home who also don't have money. How do you keep upskilled? As somebody who, kind of wants to explore the space, you don't have the money to pay for those big, license things, where you're playing around with the big tech. So what would your advice kind of be for those who want to upskill and are really keen to enrich their knowledge, but they just don't have the resources?
Yeah. Okay. You know what? First thing I would say is that obviously you have to have well sort of internet for most of the things. So that's
Mm.
the sort of unfortunately I can say that's the base where
Yeah.
everybody has to start. But
Yeah.
obviously I think we still have libraries that because most of the times I was reading most of the materials from the library. As I said that I only had access to the laptop or to the computer when I was in university. So
Nice.
I had to read the code from the books and all those things and then
Wow.
try to apply when I'm maybe when I get a chance to be in front of the computer.
Wow.
So it should be about just um any material like the concept is still the same. Like you can understand, if you understand the concept, then everything else you can apply it for
Application.
Java, C
Mm.
sharp, or whatever, whichever language you want to do. But then the main thing is that whenever, maybe if you don't have a machine next to you or
Yeah.
something, just
Yeah.
always when someone asks me about engineering or software engineering, I always tell them about just simple things like
Yeah.
making coffee. When you make coffee, you have to have all the ingredients and all those things. So
Yeah.
basically, just always think about that. Like sort of our everyday life is just engineering, software engineering. Just that we don't really view it in that way. But then once we get that perspective, then we'll get to actually see that actually this
It's like
is something I've been doing almost
yeah.
my whole life.
It's like
So it's just that I have to change from the normal people language to machine language now
yeah.
and do almost the same thing that I've been doing my whole life.
Nice. Nice. You know what? I think that's pretty. Thank you for the insights, and I think it's pretty powerful. So you're a full stack engineer, right? So now I'm getting a little technical for those who want to know. You're a full
Okay.
stack engineer, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So let's break it down to an unemployed youth who's trying to be a software engineer. What does it mean to be back end? What does it mean to be front end? Should they be looking at both, or should they focus on the back end first before they focus on the front end? What is your thoughts kind of on, because it's too much. It's too much,
Yeah.
So what's the first point? Do they focus purely on back end first and then move to the front end, or do they play around and see what they like?
Okay. I think it's let's think of it this way. It's actually it goes with the person. Like,
Okay.
what is it that you like? not everybody can be just a front-end developer,
Facts.
and not everybody can be just a back-end developer, like and then not anybody, like it goes with your preference. So if you are one person who is more about visual, you like to see how things are, you like to see this thing has to be here and all those others, then you can go to the front end side. But if you are like, you know what, I'm more about the functionality, that this thing works, and no matter how it looks, it just works. So so you probably want to be like sort of lean more into the back end side of you. But then if you are like, you know what, I want this thing to be working and also to look nice, then that's where the full stack developer comes in.
Nice.
So it will differ that from person to person. What is it that they like? What is it that they are more interested in doing? Some people like, and then when they develop a website, you see that the website actually works very well. Like it does so many functionalities. But then users, when they go to the website, they like,
it's
hey,
trash.
This thing looks horrible.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's happening underneath actually does actually wonders. So yes. So sometimes if you are just a back-end, don't like a back-end developer, it's not like, you know, you don't know what you're doing. It's more like you know what you're doing, but then you are doing at the level of a back-end developer. So I would say
either or. It's a preference thing, right?
Start wherever you feel comfortable.
Okay.
And then move gradually upwards from there. If you move upwards from there.
Thank you. So 3 things that you think are essential to being an amazing software engineer like yourself. What would you advise? What would you say? These are the 3 things that made me successful in this space.
Okay. First one, always be willing to learn.
Yeah.
Second one, learn more. Third one, learn even more.
Yes.
It's all about learning. You can you won't know everything. Just you always have to be, and you have to. I know some people don't like, well, maybe when you are in an interview, you don't necessarily have to mention this, but learn how to Google as well. Because as a developer, you never
Google's your friend.
Google has to be your friend. You'll never know everything. So you'll be amazed. I mean, what senior developers or even team leads, what is it that they Google on a daily basis? Like they will Google so many things that you think that these people actually should be knowing these things. But then you still have to Google it and see how other people are implementing. So Googling is also a skill, but I'm not going to mention that in the interview because they will actually. But if you get stuck, just know how to Google and have other platforms where you maybe forums where you know that, you know what, I'm part of this forum. Maybe when they are talking about certain topics, I can see like be engaged about like all those kind of things. They can actually send you emails about this is what someone maybe wrote and maybe a back end or something topic about this topic. This is how they actually implemented it. So just all about learning more, always be learning. If you are someone who's actually always happy about learning, then you can do it.
You could. So guys, I've got from Moses, learn some more, be involved, embrace yourself into the culture of exactly what you're trying to move into. Soon as you're around those kind of people, you will kind of be able to open your doors for yourself because you already understand the knowledge behind it. And Moses, what are your hobbies? Just to round it off, let's see. What are your hobbies, bro?
Ooh, my hobbies. Well, besides sleeping, is sleeping considered as a hobby? Like
it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Okay, no, I don't sleep then. That's my hobby. Sleep is for weeps. So I don't sleep. My hobbies is try something new. Like always trying something new. Sort of if I see something new, I go deep into it, and then once it's no longer new for me, I drop it like it's hot and move on to something that is new. And then just even with technology, I've done so many technologies which are new for me, and then afterwards I'm like, it's okay. I'm no longer interested in it. So trying something new. Well, besides, I wouldn't go for bungee jumping and stuff like that, even if it's gonna be new for me. I would.
Like, forget it. Like, don't call me, bro. Seriously? And for me, like it's not funny.
Yeah, but besides everything new, I'll do it. And also swimming. I love swimming.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm one
Well,
person who loves swimming. My own way of swimming though.
wow, you took it. That's pretty cool though. And so guys, you obviously see this is a real story and from a real life person, comes from the complete rural areas, actually made a conscious effort in in making sure that he embraces himself or immerses himself in the culture. He keeps learning, he keeps pushing, and today he's a he's a success, and I'm very proud of him. Can people reach out to you? Can they say, hey Moses, I want to try 1 2 3? Are you happy for people to say what's going on?
Oh, definitely, definitely. No man is an island. I'm here. I also want to learn as much as I know some things. I also want to learn a lot from so many people.
Awesome. And just to round it off, last one, any advice for the unemployed youth who's trying to, kind of who's lost in the sauce? Anything that you'd like to share?
Um, Always have someone. Find someone. If you find someone who that person inspires you. One thing I've realized about most successful people is that they like to talk about themselves a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you can see why you like to talk about self so much. So so always try to find people, try to find mentors, like mentors. I have a mentor, my mentor have a mentor, and his mentor have a mentor, and then the chain goes on
Like,
and on.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
also have some people I mentor, and those people also.
yeah.
So it's all about finding someone who can actually put you in the right direction. Be like, can you can try this, you can, based on where you want to go, because technology is vast, and then, or even not only technology but everything is just vast. So you can just find someone, and a mentor cannot be only someone who's actually in the same field as you.
Yeah,
Most of the times I realize that some people who are in my same network, most
yeah.
of them, they know almost or everything that I know, most of them.
Wow,
But if
wow.
I find someone who's outside of my network, will come in and bring something fresh into it.
Yeah, and it gives you that
So
thinking, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
so always find, like, as much as possible, even if you can find someone, if you are a lawyer, find someone who's a psychologist, or find someone, like, it can
that's
actually
good. Good help.
broaden your
Thinking.
perspectives. Yeah,
Exactly. That's awesome. Guys, so this is Moses, software engineer, future CTO, I'm assuming. And
definitely.
a
I'll
bit.
take that. That I receive.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And a very good friend of mine. And please reach out to him. I'm going to put his link on the socials. But thank you, Moses, for sharing your insights. And we're going to change one life at a time. Let's try.
Definitely.
Thank you, Hey. Have a good one. Have a good day.
Cheers. Cheers. Send
Cheers.
back to you.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.